welcome to the Good News Show with Dr. Newcov. I am your host, Dr. Newcov. I like to cover the good news for a change. Too much bad news out there. This show is hopefully going to inspire you and bring you smiles. I have to say that I get the good news stories from various news agencies on the internet, and I'm not going to take any credit for any of these stories. They have been stories that have already been written and produced. I am just here to share them with you. I love the good news stories. Here we go. Our first good news story. Quadruple amputee stuns TV mic role. I am not a victim. American soldier Travis Mills served 3 tours in Afghanistan until he lost his arms and legs in a bomb explosion. The retired United States Army Staff Sergeant spent months recuperating at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. But don't dare call him a wounded warrior. I'm not a wounded warrior anymore, he said. I'm just a guy living life. Recalling comrades killed in combat, he asked, how selfish would it be if I gave that up? Using knee prosthetics, he runs, he does snowboarding and bikes. This guy's attitude is so inspiring, no matter what you do or his misfortune may be. It's amazing. Let's go to the video.
Yeah, you're above the line. Let's go.
Travis Mills is determined today to shave time off his run on the treadmill.
Yes, you throw the right. Throw the right.
And he's doing it with no arms or legs.
Up.
Nice. How I survived, I have no idea. And I was yelling at the medic, get away from me, because I thought I was done. You know, I wasn't freaking out or nothing. Just accepted the fact that this could be it.
Far from it. Even though he lost all his limbs when an IED exploded under him in Afghanistan and he spent months at Walter Reed Hospital, he quickly started living his motto, to never give up, to never quit. He'd even bring his then infant daughter Chloe to his workouts. There was never any sitting around.
Oh, it's just too boring. Can't do it. Sit around and stew about it. I mean, I'm 26, you know. What? I got stuff to do. So might as well just go ahead and do it. Can I get a kiss bye? Kiss. Mwah. Love you.
Now he says it's all for Chloe and his wife Kelsey.
Look at this technology. I mean, how neat is it? You can lose both arms and legs, and you can still walk. I'm running for you later today. I snowboard. I go downhill biking. It's wild.
Travis also recently jumped out of an airplane with the Army Golden Knights parachute team.
Here he comes.
Yes, sir.
He insists, despite 3 tours full of firefights and his injuries, he does not have post-traumatic stress, but he has a rare determination.
It's where the rubber meets the road. I put personal friends in body bags, and they're not here. I am, you know, and that's just how selfish. How selfish would it be if I gave up?
Head down. Head down.
Travis is doing more than just living life. He's trying to buy a camp in Maine for wounded troops. And he knows public support for the war itself is in decline, but he won't talk politics.
I know what I did over there meant something. I know my buddies didn't die in vain. The first time you go because you want the excitement. The second time you go because the guy you trained to your right and left, you know they got your back. And the third time you go, I had orders to go somewhere else. I had them canceled. I called up and had them canceled so I can go for the third time because I had a great group of guys. I did not want to leave them stranded. There was no way.
And no way does Travis want you to worry about him.
And then the wounded warrior thing, I'm trying to change that now. Like, I was wounded, I'll give you it, but now I'm not, you know. I'm not wounded anymore. I mean, I'm not sure how you, like, oh, look at you, you know, you're wounded. You know, wounded means I'm still hurt. I'm not hurt, you know, I'm fine. So, once upon a time, I was a wounded warrior, I'll give you that, but now I'm healed, so I'm just a guy living life. There we go.
Barbara Starr, CNN, Dallas.
Solar-powered pump makers want to bring clean water to millions who need it. An Austrian-based company, Pump Makers, created a do-it-yourself solar water pump system with hopes of bringing clean and safe drinking water to millions of people around the world. who suffer from a lack of it. In 2012, they unveiled the NSP solar pump as the first maintenance-free and corrosion-resistant water pump system that can be manufactured locally and that runs entirely on solar power, needing no backup electricity and incurring no additional cost of power, just from the sun. Their first installation is Munzambi village, provides water for about 800 people with a capacity of up to 5,000 liters, and that are pumped from a depth of 262 feet each day, even when it's cloudy. A hand pump fixture can extract water at night. What's more, the NSP solar pump system is inexpensive and can easily be set up to replace pre-installed water pumps, such as hand water pumps, generator power pumps, or windmill water pumps. And they are typically found in rural and remote areas. Check out the website and for more information. Iranian mother spares life of son's murder just before execution. This is a month-old news story, but I'm not sure if any of our viewers have heard about it. I've been on every website, but largely it has been overshadowed. A young Iranian man escaped a hangman's noose with just seconds to spare when his victim's mother chose to forgive him, and the high-profile campaign to save his life ended. The mother of the man he murdered 7 years ago in a street fight refused to accept an offer of money, which is her right under Iranian law, until the very last moment at the gallows, as the blindfolded convict awaited his fate. A grieving Samira Al-Najad, I think that's her name, pardoned the killer, impairing only a slap on the face as punishment. I am a believer. I had a dream in which my son told me that he was at peace and in a good place. Al-Najad was quoted as saying, "After that, all my relatives, even my mother, put pressure on me to pardon the killer. Now that I've forgiven him, I feel relieved," she added. That's a very good story. Deployed dad surprises daughter at graduation. It was an unforgettable high school graduation for one North Dakota teen after her military father made a surprise visit to her ceremony. Let's go to the video.
The Central High School graduation ceremony started out like any other. Speeches,
other opportunities just waiting for us.
Music, and of course, handing out diplomas. Proud parents watched on, but for one student, something was missing. Her father.
I don't think I realized that it was that he wasn't going to be here until he called me, because it's the same number that he's been calling me from the past 5 months.
Taylor Crafton's father, Chris, a member of the Air Force, had been deployed to Cuba months prior.
The Craftons didn't think Chris would be able to make it, so they had this made.
My mom's friend, she made it for us back in Virginia and sent it to us for prom and then for graduation, so he could still be here in spirit.
But as it turns out, they didn't need it at all.
He's here.
I'm just so happy he's here. Better than a car, better than anything. So, yeah, that's all I wanted for graduation.
Since Taylor was 3 months old, Chris has gone through 9 deployments.
For a total of about 1,782 days to be exact. Over the years, she's missed a lot. I've missed a lot. Birthdays, Christmas, that kind of thing. So I just tried my best to get here for when she graduated. This is my last deployment, so I had to make it happen.
But this just wasn't a surprise for Taylor. No one in the Crafton family knew Chris would be here.
These are just things that you see on YouTube or on TV. You know, it's nothing that really happens to people that you know. So it's just the best feeling in the world.
And you had no idea he was doing this?
none. This is one time he even surprised me.
It's no surprise to this father, these graduation pictures wouldn't be right without him.
You know, this is once in a lifetime thing I had to do for her, so I'm just glad it happened.
With photojournalist Michael Yoshida, I'm Victor Correa.
Well, that's all the good news stories I have to share with you today. I love the good news stories. I will leave you with a quote from the late, great Zig Ziglar, a motivational speaker. Here is a Zig Ziglar quote. People often said to me, Zig, motivation is great, but it doesn't last. I just tell them, bathing doesn't last either. That's why I recommend it daily. Well, this is Dr. Newcov saying, I love the good news. Until next time, God bless.